You gave me peace in a lifetime of war. I'll tell you a secret, something they don't teach you in your temples. The gods envy us. They envy us because we're mortal, because any moment might be our last. Everything is more beautiful because we're doomed. You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again. Why did you choose this life? What life? To be a great warrior. I chose nothing. I was born. This is what I am. I fought many wars in my time. Some I fought for land, some for power, some for glory. I suppose fighting for love makes more sense than all the rest. War is young men dying and old men talking. Ignore the politics. Men are haunted by the vastness of eternity, and so we ask ourselves, will our actions echo through the centuries? Will strangers hear our names long after we are gone and wonder who we were, how bravely we fought, how fiercely we loved? Of all the kings of Greece, I respect you most, but in this war, you're a servant, and I refuse to be a servant any longer. Sometimes you need to serve in order to lead. I hope you understand that one day. Do it. Nothing is easier. Aren't you afraid? Everyone dies, whether today or 50 years from now. Imagine a king who fights his own battles. Wouldn't that be a sight? Of all the warlords loved by the gods, I hate him the most. All my life, I've lived by a code, and the code is simple. Honor the gods, love your women, and defend your country. Troy is mother to us all. Fight for her. A great victory was won today, but that victory was not yours. Kings do not kneel to Achilles. Kings do not pay homage to Achilles. Perhaps the kings were too far behind to see the soldiers won the battle. History remembers kings, not soldiers. Tomorrow we'll battle down the gates of Troy. I'll build monuments for victory on every land of Greece. I'll carve Agamemnon into stones. Be careful, King of Kings. First you need the victory. Go home, Prince. Drink some wine. Make love to your wife. Tomorrow we'll have our war. You speak of war as if it's a game. But how many wives wait at Troy's gates for husbands they'll never see again? Perhaps your brother can comfort them. I hear he's good at charming other men's wives. Fight me. Why kill you now, Prince of Troy, with no one here to see you fall? Am I still your captive? You're my guest. Guests can leave whenever they want. You're still my enemy in the morning. You're still my enemy tonight. But even enemies can show respect. Do you know what you have done? Do you know how many years our fathers worked for peace? I love her. Ugh, it's all a game to you, isn't it? You roam from town to town, betting merchants' wives and temple maids, and you think you know something about love? What about your father's love? You spat on him when you brought her into this ship. What about the love for your country? You let Troy burn for this woman? I won't let you start a war for her. May I speak? If what you say is true, I've wronged you. I've wronged our father. If you want to take Helen back to Sparta, so be it, but I go with her. To Sparta? They'll kill you. Then I'll die fighting. Oh, and that sounds heroic to you, doesn't it? To die fighting? Tell me, little brother, have you ever killed a man? No. Ever seen a man die in combat? No. I've killed men, and I've heard them dying, and I've watched them dying, and there's nothing glorious about it, nothing poetic. You say you're willing to die for love, but you know nothing about dying, and you know nothing about love. All the same, I go with her. I won't ask you to fight my war. You already have. Who are you? I have endured what no man on earth has endured before. I kissed the hands of the man who killed my son. Priam, how did you get in here? I know my country better than the Greeks, I think. You are a brave man. I could have your head on the spit of a blink of an eye. Do you really think death frightens me now? I watched my eldest son die, watched you drag his body behind your chariot. Give him back to me. He deserves a proper burial. You know, give him to me. He killed my cousin. He thought it was you. How many cousins have you killed? How many sons and fathers and brothers and husbands? How many, brave Achilles? Your reputation for hospitality is fast becoming a legend. This war will never be forgotten, nor will the heroes who fight in it. Things are less simple today. Women have a way of complicating things. Peace is for women and the weak. I loved my boy from the moment he opened his eyes until the moment you closed them. You are brave to fight them. You have courage. To fight back when I'm attacked. A dog has that kind of courage. Are the stories true? They say your mother wasn't a mortal goddess. They say you can't be killed. I wouldn't be bothering with a shield then, would I? The Thessalonian you're fighting. He's the biggest man I've ever seen. I wouldn't want to fight him. That's why no one will remember your name. If they ever tell my story, let them say that I walked with giants. Men rise and fall like the winter wheat. But these names will never die. Let them say, I lived in the time of Hector and Achilles.